Hi guys, this is Jordan, and if you're just joining me for the first time, I'm the Sockateur, and I like to review really cool socks and offer really cool style tips. In 2019, had a lot of great sock brands, and I wanted to take this time as we look forward to 2020. I wanted to share with you my top 2019 picks that just had an overall lasting impression that I also think is worth having in your collection. Okay, so my picks are in no particular order, but to get things started, I wanted to talk about stance socks. Now, in my last video, I talked about specifically their Star Wars design, and they do a lot of Star Wars collections. In fact, if you're familiar with this brand, they dropped a lot of different Star Wars collections. Of course, with Rise of Skywalker coming out, it's only fitting they've been really clever in how they're able to time that since they have a relationship with Disney. And so when it comes to stance, I think that's their greatest strength is when they do these collaborative sock designs. And my personal favorite is, I always look forward to when they're working on a new Star Wars concept. Their Disney collections is pretty darn good too if you're a Disney fan. And I think that's one of their greatest strengths. That's also something that I would like to talk about in regards to if you're not into the collabs with certain franchises. I really think you can't go wrong with their butter blend designs. They've been also spending a lot more time putting out a lot more butter blend, which is their softest fabrics collections, and they never disappoint. The designs hold up well, the socks feel super soft and cozy, they're fun to wear around the house, they're definitely worth having in your collection, if not anything else from their already expansive line of different types of socks that they make. So there you go with stance. Next, we have Bugatchi. Now, as you already know, Bugatchi is one of my all-time favorite brands. Based in Florida, they're just, what always has me going back to Bugatchi is that they just have a whole universe of very exotic patterns that are tropical in nature and abstract, and they make for a really good conversation piece. I like wearing them as kind of one of my go-to sock brands when it comes to wearing them as dress socks, although you can wear them as casual, but they never disappoint, and I'm always looking forward to what they're coming up with, and it's just staggering how many designs they're able to come up with each collection or each season. So we have that. Next, Boardroom socks. Now, I haven't talked about this brand a whole lot, but what surprised me about this brand, this is a sock brand based in the US, and they specialize in making high quality over the calf socks. And I kind of was a little distant with over the calf socks because it's not that popular here in the States. I know some of you are going to disagree with me with that, but I'm sorry, it's not that popular here. But that doesn't mean that people don't wear over the calf socks. And this was a brand that really started to get me to change my mind because it just felt so soft. And of course, they're supposed to feel snug when you're, reaching to your kneecaps, but it didn't feel constraining. So this is a really interesting brand. I'll probably talk about this brand a little bit more coming 2020. Next, another American sock brand. We have Aysen Everett. I honestly feel like Aysen Everett is one of those American sock brands that I still think people are kind of sleeping on. They have been getting quite a bit of buzz lately in the trades, and it's really cool to see how they're making news articles. I really think what makes this brand interesting is they fall in the luxury end of the category. They specialize in these high-end fabrics that, for me, what's really interesting is that they have this architectural approach to their sock designs. They're very, very intricate. They make excellent dress socks. They have a very interesting color palette. Deep, rich colors has been something that I've noticed they've been veering towards, and they even did a pop-up sock store in Las Vegas, and I thought that was really cool. This is a brand that I really think you should be paying more attention to. Aysen Everett, check them out. Another American brand, well, it depends on how you look at it. Another American brand, this is New York brand, Necessary Anywhere. Now, Necessary Anywhere is another brand I think you should keep on your radar because I really like their approach to their saturation and how vibrant the colors are. It's very minimalist. If you're a person that you're not into all of these kind of super elaborate designs, but you do care about comfort and having the basics, Necessary Anywhere does a really excellent job with that, but they also challenge you a little bit of using these interesting geometric structural prints in their own right. They're not going to hit you with a lot of designs, but what I appreciate is every one of their socks has a lived-in quality feel. And if you're not sure what that means, the socks is just so easy to put on and they don't slip off. It's really nice. Give Necessary Anywhere a try. We'll come back to them. Next, I'm going to go to Japan. I'm going to talk about Tabio socks. Tabio socks has surprised me in a lot of ways. This is also a brand for the person that is looking for high quality basics. But not only that, Tabio gets a little bit experimental. I think the best way to describe it is their socks have a particular craftsmanship and a function. Like when they design a specific collection, like what I'm holding is the Power Fit crew socks. Honestly, for a crew sock, which is typically considered more casual, these feel like dress socks. And that's a casual sock. So that's what's amazing to me is that I feel very fancy when I'm wearing a casual sock. And this is a brand that I would have in your collection. Not to mention they just got featured in GQ magazine. That was one of their top picks. Give this brand a try. You'll be hearing me talking about them in the future for sure. And then we have one of my also all-time favorites made in Japan, Chup Socks. As I've said it once, I've said it before, they are truly the holy grail of socks. This is what they're known for. I honestly feel that if you are a person that doesn't buy a lot of socks, you have your basics, but you want something really, really nice. They do fall in the pricier end. They run you about around $30. Sometimes a little higher than that. Go for Chup Socks. Once again, they have a slow knit approach. They have these beautiful, intricate designs that are inspired by a lot of different world cultures. Folks tend to wear these socks around the fall and winter time, and personally, and that's totally fine but the brand also considers their socks to be worn year-round, and they have other designs, not as intricate as this, but they have some really interesting sock blends that you can wear all year. And it's truly a collector's item, so definitely consider Chup Socks. Now, my honorable mentions. I have not talked about this brand, but I have worn this brand on Instagram, if you follow me on Instagram, which I'll put links in the description below so you guys can check this stuff out. But this brand is called Kade 11. This is another American sock brand that I've been on the download checking out, and their claim to fame is they have sock sizes up to size 17. Now, for you guys out there that have a size beyond size 12, I really think you want to consider this brand because let's be honest, I feel like the sock industry doesn't really give enough love to folks that have larger shoe sizes. And not to mention, they don't even make a lot of nice designs for those that have a size that's higher than 12, 13. But this is a brand that I would suggest you guys keep in mind, especially if you have larger foot sizes. This brand caters to those that have run from a size 7 to a 17. We're going to talk more about this brand. I'm really impressed by them, so this is an honorable mention for me. And last but not least, shameless plug. These were my designs. Now I've actually made, there's a third design, but I don't know, 2019 was a personal win for me, and as you know, I love talking about sock brands, but it was an honor to be able to make my own socks, and this is a design that I made for my local, one of my favorite local coffee spots, Old Bean Coffee, and this is their design logo. And with the help of Bugatchi, I was able to come up with a really high quality sock, that something that you would get in Nordstrom's, and the feats to pull that off was quite difficult, and so that's my personal accomplishment for 2019. And I definitely hope that in 2020 I want to come out with more sock designs for everyone to enjoy, which you can get a hold of these. I'll leave a link in the description. And I made my first ever beer socks in an Argyle style, Arg Wolf. That is from a local brewery here in Jacksonville. So that was just a personal win for me. It's so cool to be able to talk about these brands that I love and enjoy, and love getting to know the science behind it, and just the infinite number of ways that you can style them. But it's always been a dream for me to have my own brand and to have multiple designs that I've had creative input in. So hopefully I plan to do that in 2020. And I want to show you my one final look that I think was the sock brand that stood out the most to me, that just surprised me the most. All around, I was most impressed with Necessary Anywhere. Just a very versatile sock brand all year round that I ended up wearing a lot. So be sure to give them a try, and all the other recommendations I picked for 2019. I'll see you guys in 2020. Stay tuned for the next sock game.